Hey there, and welcome to everything Sparking Zero changed from Budokai Tenkaichi 3's combat system.
Oh hey Gohan, why don't you transform into Beast?
Honestly, it's been a while, and I've been getting more than a little rusty.
Nonsense, bro. Just do it.
I could use a little exercise. This is much better. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do quickly because only a small percentage of you guys who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So subscribe.
In Budokai Tenkaichi 3, hitting the opponent from the back leads to additional damage. But in Sparking Zero, if you decide to hit your opponent from the back, additional damage won't be given. There is no difference whether you hit them from the front or the back in this game. In Budokai Tenkaichi 3, by holding square, you can do something called a smash attack. This can also be done in Sparking Zero as well. And if you also do multiple rush attacks, this will help speed up the charging speed of the smashes that you use in your combo, as such. The same is also true for Sparking Zero. By doing multiple rush attacks, this is going to help speed up the charge speed of your smash attacks. Also keep in mind that in Tenkaichi 3, when you're doing a charged smash attack, your opponent will actually not have enough time to turn around in this game. In Sparking Zero, however, this is not the case, because if you try to do the same thing here, your opponent will actually be able to turn around in time to block the shot. In Tenkaichi 3, you can perform a perfect smash by letting go when your character starts to glow. The same can also be done in Sparking Zero, but it's a little bit more easier to do because of the sparkles. And just like the smash attacks before, you're also able to increase the charge speed of a perfect smash if you want to do it at the end of your combo. You can also do this in Sparking Zero as well. If you do a perfect smash at the end of your combo, the charge speed will also be increased. Even if you decide to drop your combo, the charge speed of the smash attack, or perfect smash for that case, will also still be there. As you can see, I'm still able to do it here. And in Sparking Zero, you're also able to do this. The charge speed of your smash attack or your perfect smash will still be there even after you drop your combo. Because of the way that this works in Tenkaichi 3, you're also able to actually do the smash attacks to chain your combos, as such right here. And as you can see right here, after doing a rush combo, I actually do a perfect smash and then go into a vanishing assault. However, in Sparking Zero, if you try to do a perfect smash after your combo, your opponent will be stunned, and you won't be able to continue like in Tenkaichi. Also note that in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the less health a character has, the longer it takes to recover from a smash attack. In Sparking Zero, the recovery time is fixed no matter what from a smash attack. It's also possible to recover faster in Tenkaichi 3 from heavy finishes and grand slashes. But in Sparking Zero, if you do heavy finishes or grand slashes, the recovery time will be the same no matter what. Ki Blast in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. If you jump and shoot Ki Blast, this will happen. And you can also actually charge it as well. You can also do these in mid-air while you're ascending as well, which allows for more zoning options and movement options as well. And if you want to charge them as well in the air, you can also do that. You can also spam these as well, which I found out, which is actually pretty cool in Tenkaichi 3. And this just allows for more zoning options and actually damage to be done. In Sparking Zero, you can also do a jump charged Ki Blast like so. And you can do the regular jump Ki Blast as well from the ground. But if you try to do these while you're in the air, in Tenkaichi 3 you were able to do it, in this game you're not able to, which is kind of sad honestly, because the zoning options are insane. The only way you're able to do it is if you do it from the floor, which is unfortunate. Giant differences. In Tenkaichi 3, there's actually a step-in range with giants, so if you get close, you're actually able to sidestep and move around your opponent. But in Sparking Zero, this was removed, so no matter what you do, there is no step-in range, so you're not able to sidestep, you're not able to backflip away, and you're not able to do as many things as you could. In Tenkaichi 3, you're able to do a heavy finish to giants, and you're also able to sweep them in Tenkaichi 3. But again, because there is no step-in range in Sparking Zero, this makes doing heavy finishes and, I guess, sweeps impossible. But you're able to do heavy finishes through your combos if you have a high enough character with a high enough DP. in Tenkaichi 3, you could also throw giants around, which is actually pretty cool. But in Sparking Zero, because there is no step-in range, this makes being able to throw giants impossible. You're also able to actually go into clash battles with giants, which I think is pretty cool, and they definitely should add it back into Sparking Zero. If you try to do this in SC, you simply will just get pushed out by the giant. You're also able to go into Vanishing assaults with giants in Tenkaichi 3, and you're actually able to get them into a lightning slash. In Sparking Zero, you can also get giants in Vanish battles as well, but you're not able to do a lightning slash like in Tenkaichi 3. You do, however, have more dash options in Sparking Zero when you're trying to do these, but again, you're not able to go into a lightning slash. If you tap L2 and X in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, you'll actually home to your opponent no matter where they are. This is also true in Sparking Zero. If you tap L2 and X, you will home towards the opponent. However, in Sparking Zero, the tracking isn't as sticky. I guess a better thing to do is to show you. Right here, you can see my character sticks to my opponent no matter what. You're also able to freely dash around the maps in Tenkaichi 3 and just move around freely if you want to. You can also super dragon dash behind your opponent, which will take up ki, but the amount of ki taken is based on the distance traveled. In Sparking Zero, this is fixed. It takes 2 bars of ki no matter where you are on the map or how far you are. In Tenkaichi 3, hitting your opponent on a barrier will cause a bump animation that'll cause them to stop. This bump animation can actually be used as well with characters. So you can see I stopped Jiren right there. And if you try to do this though while you're behind your opponent, you actually won't be able to stop them. This means that you can do some pretty cool things by stopping your opponent with the bump animation. In Sparking Zero, you can't really do this with instant transmission or any other movement options. If you try to hit them away and do this, they'll simply just go flying no matter what. If you also try to dragon dash behind them, they will go flying unless they recover faster, which again is just based on your opponent. Even if you try to dash behind them in Sparking Zero like this, you'll just get put into an animation where you hit them away. And you can't really stop them like in Tenkaichi 3. Because of the bump animation, you're actually able to do so many different type of techs related to movement in Tenkaichi 3. As you can see, you can do dragon dash cancels in Tenkaichi 3, and they can basically allow this animation to happen, and then you can continue your combo after. In BT3, you're actually able to do something called a lightning finish, and there are 2 different types of animation in this game. But because of how it works in Tenkaichi 3, you're actually able to use the bump animation, like I told you before, to stop the character. But in Sparking Zero, there's only 1 animation for it, so you're not able to use the bump animation like in Tenkaichi 3. There are different movement options after you get your opponent in a lightning finish, but it purely is based on your opponent's recovery as well as how high you are. In BT3, players can dash quickly without having to use any of their key resources by pressing X. They're able to move freely around the map, and this is also cancelable by clicking ascend and descend while free dashing. In Sparking Zero, however, this was replaced by the short dash, which also takes up ki up on the top left. Now these are not cancelable by using ascend or descend, but instead you'll actually just move in the direction that you input. So if I move to the top right while trying to cancel it, that's what'll happen. Overall, it's just not as effective as it was in BT3. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 also has something called momentum. So if you're moving and you try and cancel something, your momentum will actually push you forward. And with the ability to cancel your free dash, you're able to do so many cool movement techs such as this, and you're able to move freely without getting into the step-in range. In Sparking Zero, it's just not as efficient as it was before. Fast flanks. In Tenkaichi 3, if you're in the step-in range and you use ascend and descend, you'll actually move to the free dash movement. Because of this, you can use it to get behind your opponent quickly and continue a combo. In Sparking Zero, this is not possible because of the way that the step-in works, and any attempt to ascend will actually just put you into a jump animation. You can cancel this in Sparking Zero, but it's just so much slower and it's not as efficient as it was in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. There are different movement options like this though that you can do to get behind your opponent and flank behind, but again, it's just not as efficient. Right here, I'm doing something called a dragon dash downwards, and I'm going to use it to get behind my opponent. You can also use dragon dash cancels to get your opponents back, such as this. Sparking Zero is also about Dragon Dash cancels, but it also does take a lot of ki and resources. Because of how the flanks are in Tenkaichi 3, if you get your opponent into a lift strike and then stop, you can actually flank behind them to reset your combos. The combo resets in Sparking Zero, however, are a little bit different. If you want to reset your combo and do this in Sparking Zero, you won't be able to because of the movement. Instead, in Sparking Zero, you have to rely on dash cancels, which can be kind of tough because your opponent can block them easily. In Budokai Tenkaichi 3, blast combos can be performed when you're in Sparking mode, and it usually ends in a cinematic blast. These are also character specific and can be done in different ways with different characters depending on the combo you use. In Sparking Zero, if you go into Sparking mode, this is not added into the game. If you try to do a blast move after your combo, it simply won't happen. And speaking of Sparking mode in Sparking Zero, if you go into Sparking mode and tap your guard button rapidly while moving, you can do something called super movement, essentially where you just vanish throughout the map. You can also do a Dragon Dash with the super movement and it just splits you across the screen. It's actually pretty cool. But in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, the super movement is a lot faster and you can move around the map so much quicker. However, it does take more ki. In Tenkaichi 3, using certain skills such as Instant Spark or After Image Strike will put a debuff on the character. This essentially means that the user's ki will be greatly reduced when they try charging up next time, and this will happen regardless of if you've used Sparking mode, if you've used your ultimate or not. As you can see here, I'm charging really slowly. However, in Sparking Zero, using moves such as After Image Strike or Instant Spark does not give you a debuff, as you can see right here. This means that you're able to charge your ki normally, and this basically means that you can go into Instant Spark and use these abilities without any penalty whatsoever. In Tenkaichi 3, Perception requires more ki and is consumed faster than it is in Sparking Zero. There's also a set duration on Tenkaichi 3, meaning spamming Perception is a lot harder. In Sparking Zero, the set duration is a lot lower, so you can kind of spam it in this game, and note that it also does take your ki. This basically means that mid-combo you're able to use it, and you can get away with stuff like the Sonic Sway a lot easier in this game than you could in Tenkaichi. In both games, you're able to input a super counter by clicking up and square, but in Tenkaichi 3 it's actually a lot harder to do because it isn't possible for a set amount of frames if you fail the super counter attempt. This means that it's harder to do in this game. But in Sparking Zero, it's actually a lot easier to super counter because the amount of locked frames that happen after a failed attempt are a lot lower. This is me here just spamming super counter every couple times, and you can see I'm getting it off pretty consistently. There is timing for it too, so keep that in mind. Another change is the round starts between both games. In Tenkaichi 3, you're able to actually move around before the match starts to set up an attack if you want to. But I think this was cool because you're able to actually just set up things like super attacks, rush attacks, or combos if you want. In Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, they actually took this feature out of the game. You both will just start at the same spot, not being able to move after the cutscene. And that's everything that Sparking Zero removed from Tenkaichi 3's combat system. If you think I missed anything, please sure to let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, then let me know down in the comments as well. But until then, enjoy this video from my channel.